So how would you personally sum up your first season at the Tigers?
First season, a lot of learnings.
Hello and welcome to Win, Learn or Draw.
The Tigers don't lose.
They either win or they learn.
The Tigers!
We're in a crocodile roll for our life.
Win and learn from it.
What better person to learn from?
Oh, what are they teaching this place?
Let's go!
Hello and welcome to Win, Learn or Draw, a West Tigers podcast because the Tigers never lose. We either win or we learn, and learn we did at Polytec Tech on Saturday night against the might and power of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. It was a tough learn, but we were there. We enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We had the great Matty along as well, who will be joining us today to recap the game. Matty, welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Geez, you're being very smug over there, Matty. We get it. You won.
Don't think I'm being very smug.
I think wearing his civilian clothes there, like no Rabbitohs merch from head to toe at all, showed how unconfident he was.
Yeah.
And then, geez, beating his chest after the game.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Either unconfident or hungover. I'm not sure. Maybe a combination of the two.
I think definitely the latter first.
Yeah.
I was a bit I was very nervous actually.
Yeah.
I was very nervous. I wasn't nervous after 10 minutes, and then I was nervous again at halftime. So it was a bit of a roller coaster.
It was a fair roller coaster game. Speaking of roller coasters, I was down in the dumps on Saturday night. I'm a big Liverpool fan. They learned.
Yep.
Matildas, they learned.
Yep.
Tigers learned.
Mm-hmm.
Big educational weekend.
It was. Wide world of Mort.
An orange room gag.
Yeah.
Makes its way through to the recording of the podcast.
It's always nice when they make their way back onto the airwaves.
That's true.
Yeah.
Look, we've got a lot to cover.
We
but
do.
Before we do, as we always do, get your membership.
Get him.
Get him. Why not? Met up with Ben, who's head of memberships at the Tigers on Saturday night. He was in the same area as us. They got big, lofty goals for the Tigers to get the membership. One of the challenges he was saying is that because we're two locations and we only have a certain amount of games at each location, it's hard to get people to commit to a membership.
Yep.
You got a 5-game flexi, right?
That's right. That's 05 game flexi. That's the one that you capitalise on. Yeah,
That's correct. And I use it at Campbelltown and Leichhardt.
Same.
You can get just Leichhardt memberships. You can get just Campbelltown memberships. You can get full season memberships.
Yes,
like
which I've got. Yes.
So there's heaps of options.
Heaps of options. I'll be getting, we've got a few games in Campbelltown coming up. Can't make the one against the Knights on Sunday, Arvo. The following week, we've got the Broncos out there.
Oh,
in the
Saturday night.
Deloise Hoytier Cup. So got to make sure we get out there for that one.
the Billy Walters Shield.
That's right. The BWS.
Oh, integration.
Bit of a sponsor there. Looking forward to that. That'll be a good evening out there. But get them. You get 10% off at the Raw store.
What else do you get?
You get access to sold out games.
Yeah, but what about if you wanted to do some DIY at home?
Oh, Hames Paints.
Oh,
Yeah. Once upon a time, you got 20% off. Not sure if you still do. Regardless, hell of a paint.
yeah. I mean, I'd pay full price for it.
Yeah, well, and
right.
rightly so. I'd pay actually more than full price, but you don't have to. With Hames Paint, you get a great product at a great price. And if you want to paint the town orange, white, and black, look no further. That is the number one paint brand to get to.
Favorite paint brand by an absolute mile.
Yep.
The other thing, big announcement coming here.
Huge announcement.
Now, you've all heard of winlearnorddraw.shop.
Yep. And you've also probably all heard that our two halves are out for potentially extended parts of the season.
So how do we help you cope with this?
Yep.
If we've got these two things sitting side by side, winlearnorddraw.shop and our halves being out for the season.
Yeah. And we've also got Afterpay sales, which actually they finished today, and we realised we didn't capitalise on that wave of marketing.
Correct.
So you add all those three things together.
Add them all together, put them in a pot, mix them together.
Yep.
And you've got a half sale.
Yep.
Okay?
Half price. Now, we'd love to give you the half price, but we're trying to run a business here, and that means we would actually lose money on the stuff we're selling you.
So very basic year 9 maths. Half of half is a quarter.
Yep.
So we're giving you 25% off the Win, Learn or Draw store.
Yep.
From now, everything.
Yep.
So that means, I'm going to do a bit of a pitch here. $40 hats, now $30. $50 shirts, now $37.50. Buy 2, get 2.
What a campaign.
I know.
Yep.
Maybe we'll even knock some off postage. Let's see. But yes, half price sale.
Yep.
Just to deal with our halves dilemma.
Yep.
And
right up until 6 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time Friday, which is when we kick off, and there'll be 2 fresh halves out on the field for the Tigers. We'll have 2 new halves by then. Yeah, we know they'll get named on Team List Tuesday, but once they run out on the field, that's when the half price sale will conclude. So get on there. Some great gear on there. Obviously got the embroidered shirts, got the Win Learn or Draw cord hats, which I'm not wearing today, but they're very, very good. Good to see a couple of those getting around on the weekend as well.
Well, there's one that's gotten around. People have got 100% off on my Win Learn or Draw hat because on the way home I jumped on a line bike after eating Metro City Kebab. Shout out to them. After I got off at Central Station, back from Polytec Stadium. My friend Jack, who came to the footy with us, Pommy Jack, he was wearing it all day, and I said, "Oh, can I have that hat back? I'll need it for Monday morning." Put it on my head over the top of my Tigers hat, and as soon as I got home on the line bike, it had flown off.
Oh,
so
no.
it's somewhere in the wild.
Wow.
Someone's picked up a free Win Learn or Draw hat in between Central Station and my home.
Mm-hmm.
So free advertising, I guess, in a way. But
Guerrilla marketing.
tell you what, now with a half off,
You can buy a new one.
I'm going to buy a new one for sure. So yeah, get in winlearnorddraw.shop, get yourself some merch, and it does end 6 p.m. Friday,
Sharp.
right on kickoff of the Wars game. Now we've got a lot to cover today.
We
So
do.
now traditionally it was called the set of six.
Yeah.
I got an idea for a new
Go on.
six again.
Oh, yeah. Ding, ding.
Ding ding, rock infringement. It just seems to be a bit more at the top of the trending kind of phrases at the moment in rugby league.
Yeah.
Don't know about the positive, negative connotations around it. Me, myself, and this is probably a bit controversial, I really like it. I like the more six agains.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. I feel like what the aim of it is to make more attacking footy and more points, right?
Which we love.
Which we love, especially suits us well. And it brings in more fair weather fans. Like it's purists, like the three of us maybe, sit back and go, oh, this doesn't feel like the rugby league I love and know. But at the end of the day, you know, purists are still going to watch it. Doesn't matter if there's going to be a small fraction that go, no, I've had enough of this. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But it'll bring in new fans.
Where are they going to go? Really? What's your alternative?
What, rugby union?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
The South Pacific Championships?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But there you go.
Moana Pacific versus the Tars
No, thanks.
or whatever the kids are watching there.
You? What do you think about the six again?
Yeah, I just think it probably keeps the ball in play a little bit longer. The one thing you do see is like teams fatigue a lot quicker and you're going to get some more blowouts. And, you know, luckily so far we haven't been on the end of one of those blowouts, but if and when that comes, I might be a little bit less enthusiastic about it.
True.
However, you know, the style of footy we play when we're going well probably suits us. So
100%.
But
But it's to Benji's point in the preseason doco, was like, get fit, stay fit, and you can deal with that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So
Good point.
I must admit, on Saturday night, I thought we did look fit.
Yep. Well, until we didn't.
Until we looked unfit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so six again. Ding, ding.
Yep.
Let's go to tackle one. Obviously, the three of us made the pilgrimage up to Polytec Tech
Yep.
on
Boys trip.
Saturday night. Boys trip.
Yep. The Manosphere.
Unfortunately, Matty missed the train though. Matty, talk us through what happened there because we were on the 118.
Yep.
It had been, in fact, 9:16 p.m. the night before. Matty messages the group and goes, "Anyone up for a quick cheeky before we get on the train?"
I sort of said, I've got some stuff on. I'll probably just meet you there. Be ready for that 118 up to Gosford. I'll probably just meet you guys there.
I flicked him a side eyes emoji, like I could be down for that.
Yeah.
Bit of a 12:30 Swifty.
Yep.
Where were you? What happened?
Well, at 9:16 p.m. I was at dinner and I had a few drinks under my belt and I was happy and ready to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, the dinner went until 4:30
a.m.
a.m.
That's a long dinner.
Yeah.
Just encroaching on breakfast there.
So when I woke up the next morning, I simply wasn't ready to get the train. And there was a funny moment when we were texting and I was obviously so embarrassed about it, but I was just like, I'm just not going to give away any details. I'm sure they've worked it out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, the Instagram story told us. I
yeah, I'd had to delete a few of them. It wasn't a good morning for me, but I was like, boys, I'm going to get the later train because we originally said we're going to leave at 1, I'm pretty sure.
Meet at 118.
Yeah.
You
And
said
I was
I'm
like,
not making that 118.
I said, I'm not making that. I'll make the 2. And then, Mort, you said at about 1 o'clock or like 10 to 1, you were like, can you make the 147 train?
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I couldn't physically reply to
we
it.
didn't hear back from you. And then Mort messaged me, goes, should we wait for me? I was like, he hasn't even confirmed that anything. So I reckon we just jump on. We'll see him up there.
Yeah. Didn't even say red. Like
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
not
no
even
red,
open it.
nothing.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
double Bluetooth.
to be fair, the train up, like with me, no one with me, headphones on, aircon, sitting down, was actually really nice. And then by the time I got to the lease, I was sweet. So
Yeah, you were. Yeah. And credit to you for making that trip by yourself.
Yeah.
We were in the quiet carriage for.
Well, yeah, didn't we find out about that quickly, that we're in the quiet carriage? Gee whiz. More coming up on that a little bit later.
Oh, okay, no,
However, wow, they don't muck around on the quiet carriage, do they?
No, they don't. No, there's some. What do you call him? A male Karen.
Yeah. And I stand by it. Sorry, Manosphere.
But yeah, positives out of the trip to Gosford is obviously not the result. I thought that the stadium was fantastic.
What a stadium.
Yeah.
Just quietly. Like, that is just like tailor-made for a rugby league team to play there regularly, really. It's a shame that they don't have one of their own, because it was a sellout, fit about 19,000.
Yep.
I just thought that when I was sitting there a few times, like, this is just great. Like, it's the right size. Like, you wouldn't want it any bigger than this.
Yep.
You got a bit of open air at one end. I thought it was really good.
And then ratio-wise, I reckon we had about 2-1 Tiger supporters to Rabbitohs supporters there, even though it was a Rabbitohs home
Yes. Yep.
game. Now, I know Central Coast is the Western Sydney of the Central Coast.
Yeah.
It's very much a rite of passage to move there as a Western Sydney legend. So
Yeah.
I can understand why. I mean, even the guy that served us at the Central Coast League Club was from Campbelltown.
Campbelltown.
So that'll tell you
that
everything
too.
you need to know. Look, we won't tread too much on the Gosford trip because I think there's more coming up later. on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But in a nutshell, it was a hell of a trip.
And thanks to Hutchie.
Hutchie, take a bow.
One of the leaders in business at the West Tigers, had a crisp white polo on. with
Very
Pepper
crisp.
Money and Tigers on the other side. Sorted us out some really good tickets.
Yep.
Obviously, we had purchased tickets
Yep.
about half an hour before we found out we had
Yeah.
some tickets.
Didn't quite nail the timing on our end, but regardless, it was fantastic to catch up with not only Hutchie, but friend of the show, Langy.
Langy in civilian clothes.
In
A
civilian
nice
clothes.
Thrills t-shirt.
Almost didn't recognise him in the civilian
I
clothes.
know.
There with his father-in-law and brother-in-law, I believe. Yep.
Normally see Langy in a Taro Cash or YD suit.
Yep.
But it was good to see him in his Thrills t-shirt, and also that little debacle with the tickets also gave us the opportunity to give away
It did.
2 double passes, and it went to Joseph Bashara
Yep.
and Kat Moore, I think.
Yeah.
Kat came up and said g'day
Yes.
after the game and said thank you so much for the tickets with our little girl. So
Yep.
really good for us to get that opportunity to give some tickets away.
That's right. With her young daughter, I believe Kat was baking, and one of her daughters,
Yes.
she said, "Can you get me that wooden spoon?" And she goes, "Did you get this from the footy?" Because the Tigers had won 3 spoons at that stage. So, little smart ass, but
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, it has got her and her mum tickets to the footy. So they made their way all the way out from Campbelltown. It was nice to meet them.
It's a good play by the young daughter there.
Yes, absolutely. I did want to read an honourable mention for one of the comments, which I thought was very funny.
Yes.
And I nearly wanted to give him a ticket. However, we couldn't give. We didn't have an
Again,
unlimited.
we're running a business here.
We'd only bought 4 accidentally. Anyway, this is from Eddie Donnelly. Eddie Donnelly 20. Now, I think you might have had a bit of help here. See if you can work out who or what might have helped him with this response. Here was his response. We're looking for the best comments.
Correct.
You know, that we
Put out
we
a call, a post saying best comment wins tickets.
wins tickets. All right. Eddie Donnelly 20 says the following. In a world full of podcasts competing for attention, Win, Learn or Draw by Hammy and Mort stands out as the best because it perfectly blends entertainment, relatability, and genuine life lessons. It's not just something you listen to, it's something you connect with. What makes this podcast so unique is its balance between humour and meaning. Hammy and Mort don't just talk for the sake of filling time. Every episode feels real, unscripted, and honest. Their conversations are funny without trying too hard, which makes it easy for listeners to stay engaged. You're not just hearing a podcast, you feel like you're part of a conversation with mates. That authenticity is rare and exactly what stands above others. Another reason Win, Learn or Draw is the best is its message. The idea that you either win, learn or draw is simple but powerful. It encourages a mindset where failure isn't something to fear, but something to grow from. For young listeners especially, this is a huge takeaway.
Oh,
It turns everyday experiences into lessons, helping people reflect on their own lives in a positive way. The podcast is also incredibly relatable. Whether they're talking about sport, challenges, or personal experiences, Hammy and Morty connect with their audience on a level that feels genuine. It doesn't matter who you are, there's always something that you can take away from each episode. That's what keeps people coming back. Finally, the energy of the podcast is unmatched. It's engaging from start to finish, never dull, and always leaves you either laughing or thinking or both. That combination is what makes a podcast truly great. Overall, Win, Learn or Draw isn't just the best podcast because it's entertaining. It's the best because it has impact. It makes people laugh, think, and improve their mindset all at the same time.
Wow.
And that's something not many podcasts can do. Adzi04 replies with, what in the chat GPT? Oh, God.
God, Adzi should have got the tickets.
Oh, great stuff. But well
done, Eddie.
Love that response. Shout out to Eddie Donnelly and shout out to what I can only assume is ChatGPT or some sort of AI-based system. But
Definitely.
Great to hear from both.
Thanks,
on that
Eddie.
occasion.
Podium finish there, third place, but unfortunately not enough to get a double pass.
That's right.
Polytech Stadium.
Yep.
So the game itself, tackle 2.
Yep. Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Look, summed up by the first 20 minutes, really.
Yeah.
Well, not defined by the first 20 minutes, but the result was almost immediately hard to overcome in the first 20 minutes after.
I was terrified. It felt like it was going to blow out.
Which, to the credit of the Tigers, in years gone by, perhaps even last year, it would have.
Yep.
But we were able to get the Red Bull momentum tracker back on track
We were.
and ended up with a lead into half time. But that first 20, worrying signs.
So
Yeah.
after 10 minutes, Elliot literally said, imagine the Red Bull momentum tracker right now.
Oh, yeah. Would have
Been
made
off the charts.
some very interesting data for it to sort of collate there.
Yeah, Fox AI all over it.
Yeah, I got to say my fears of like having Makasini play in the centres. I know he's a centre coming through and he's been a centre at schoolboy level, but it's different gravy in the NRL really. And we saw him in the preseason trials kill it on the wing. Just get him out there in a bit of space, let him rip. That was a spot that they were targeting for the first 20 minutes. Unfortunately, probably they got him on the back foot a couple of times. Jack White, and I thought played. He was one of the better players on the ground on Saturday night, and he went to work on him a couple of times. Interesting, he, after that first 20 minutes, did away with the headgear and almost turned into a new player altogether, didn't he? It was almost like it was weighing him down or something. But once it came off, he scored.
Yep.
He got a bit more involved, came good.
Head-butted Latrell's fist as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Should have been 10 in the bin, Latrell, really.
Yeah,
honestly.
really.
But I thought he really improved later. But early in the game, that first 20 minutes you're talking about, that's the point of the field that they targeted, and they probably got some results there, unfortunately.
Probably his first real test, I guess, so far. We
Yep.
played the Titans and the Cowboys when Makasini's played, and now he's had to mark up against Jack Whiten, one of the game's greats over the past decade or so. I think he got pretty found out, but did recover well, which speaks volumes of the maturity of the kid.
Yep.
Luai missed that tackle on Jai Gray as well. That's pretty inexcusable, I would say. Jai Gray is obviously full of energy and very quick, but you got to make those tackles. And we always knew that the centers, Taruva and Makasini were going to get tested, and that they did.
Yep.
And then the inside guys like Luai and Dewey were going to get tested as well. So that corridor was always going to be a bit of a worry. And again, credit to the Tigers for getting back on top because 3 minutes 30 to go in the first half, we were 12-0 down.
Yeah.
And then going into halftime, we're 14-12 up. So we had 69% possession, completed 14 of 15 sets. Just to give you a little rundown of what happened in that 3.5 minutes before halftime, that Appy scoot, he went through and broke the line and almost scored himself. That was from a really quick Royce Hunt play the ball.
Yep.
So his little cameo was brilliant. I think he's doing the exact job that Benji wants him to.
Royce.
And the fans want him to, Royce.
Yep.
And then we kind of spread the ball left to Sam Fainu, prolific try scorer.
Yep.
And then that Dewey bomb.
That made Burton's bombs just look second class. He got a hold of 2 of them on the night, didn't he? Big, massive, just like torpedoes, hit him perfectly. It was so hard to catch that first one, and that obviously resulted in the try.
I mean, you're kicking like that, it's probably testing your hammy a little bit, isn't it?
It's a good point. Maybe put it away.
Just chip kicks from the old grubbers. How were you feeling at halftime, Matty? Because it was a very good first 35 minutes for you, but very worrying last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was. It's funny because I was a guest in the box and everyone was a Tigers fan. I didn't want to like carry on too much, especially when South like were up at the start of the game. But I was pretty off it at halftime when South gave away an 8-point try. And looking back, like I probably looked at the replay a few times and like you can argue it was an 8-point try, but at the time,
You weren't happy.
It was worse after I saw it later. But like I just thought he flicked him in the chin. Turns out it was actually probably it was
Bit of contact.
There's probably a bit of contact there, so that's fair enough. But I just couldn't believe it. And then I know we'll get to it, but then I know you had a no try early in the second half. And when was that Royce Hunt again?
Dropped it over the line.
That was close. Like
Very close.
It was a no try, but
Yeah.
if that went up as try, which
Yeah.
I don't think it was,
No.
you could have awarded it right.
Poor refereeing, I agree.
Yeah,
so I
White
was-
Raymond. Calling him out.
So yeah, pretty off it at halftime.
Well, interesting you say that. That 10 minutes after halftime, we dominated that as well. Sione Finu made a break as well.
Yep.
Probably stepped a little bit too early on Jai Gray. But he had a blockbuster game, Sione Finu.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the year.
He really has. The good sign is, and Hammy, you remember calling this out last year, but that 10 minutes either side of halftime used to be a real problem period for us.
Yes, issues.
And on Saturday, it was a dominant period for us.
That's a good
So
sign.
If we can fix the other 60 minutes,
Yep,
then all of a sudden we're an 80-minute team.
getting closer. Yeah.
It's kind of one of
Because
the other.
that's a good point because that always is an issue. I feel like we would always like concede one just on the stroke of halftime, and then in the first 5 minutes coming out of it, like we just weren't ready, and we'd cop another one. So
Yeah.
at least we didn't do that on the weekend.
Yeah.
That was a good sign.
So second half, we only scored 2 points, one penalty goal
Mm-hmm.
as a result of a offside from the kickoff for South. Look, the 2 tries that South scored, you don't want to blame one bloke, but Jarrell Skelton probably had a little bit of a second half to forget. He went up for the first one and AJ tapped it back to Latrell, who scored a pretty easy try. And then the grubber from Cody Walker probably should have been cleaned up
Yep.
by Jarrell. Kind of went under his attempt to flick it dead. So,
Yep.
and then I think the defining moment of what could have won it for us was Appy put up that bomb and Buller jumped up and Jai Gray, who's knee high to a grasshopper,
Yeah.
out jumped Jareen Buller
Yep.
and grabbed the ball off him.
And as we learned through the course of the game, you can't get up there and compete with him or tackle him. Otherwise, you will get penalised. So what do you do?
Another protected species.
Yeah. We had a moment at the end, though, to win it, didn't we? I think it might have been Tristan Hope that we made a little bit of a breakdown at the end, and he kind of did he dump? I felt like there was a 2-man overlap. Dummied,
That's right.
took the tackle, went into contact. I went, why didn't you throw it? I
Yeah.
guess we had just got a set restart or something like that. So there was method to his madness of like,
Yeah, that's right.
we've got time here. But unfortunately, South defended pretty well, really. It was tough to kind of break him down. We probably, if we had taken that chance there, would have got us back level with about 5 to go.
They scrambled really well.
Yeah.
So every time we'd make a break, we didn't score, basically. They would jump over us and have enough coverage. Happy with the win, Matty? I know Wayne Bennett wasn't too happy.
I mean, the defense was fantastic. Like I think I had a look. The second half, tackled in the 20 stats was like 28-6 or something to the Tigers. And I just thought like if Taylor May was playing, perhaps if Latu,
Tawa.
if Latu was playing, maybe like in the second half, maybe if both halves didn't get injured, you might have found a try somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I don't think, I think South got pretty lucky. I think the Tigers were very unlucky with their injuries at the end. And again, I just think Taylor May might have given you an extra try that would have won you the game.
15 minutes of Latu at the end there when
Yeah,
Luai
or
went off
Latu.
would have been pretty helpful, wouldn't it?
Very helpful.
Yeah. Anyway.
Even bringing Jock Madden on might have helped.
Yeah.
but we didn't.
Yeah, Appy went back out.
Yeah.
Just had a big spell. So,
I mean, Appy, one of our better players. Alex Twal.
Twal,
He was
killed it.
great. First 20, he was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, agree. Look, they had to rip the boys. Yeah, a little bit of adversity there with a few injuries. It's a bit of a shame as well. Like, if you had have said at the start of the season, after 2 games, you're going to have 3 players injured. Probably the 3, there'd probably be 3 of the top 4 that you'd say you don't want them to be the ones that are injured.
It's funny you say that because at pre-season we were saying if everything goes right and we stay relatively injury-free, we are a top 8 team. But things like this is what derails the season. This is where men are made. in the manosphere.
That's right.
It's trying to overcome this adversity and test that depth.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
See how deep that Mariana Trench really is. We'll find out a little bit later this week.
Deepest part of the ocean.
I will say there was one moment in the 35th minute where I saw Cam Murray walk off the field and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, this doesn't usually go well for South. I'd never in a million years could I have thought that you'd score 14 tries in 3 minutes.
Yeah, you could have written your own ticket for the Tigers to lead at half time there.
Yeah, that was that. But your prediction there was spot on. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is not good. Cam Murray's off. And then bang, bang.
Just on that as well, just before we move on to the next tackle, old mate at half time, even though the Tigers had the lead, yet another person walks out on the West Tigers. That fan on the field changed his jersey from Tigers to Souths.
Going on
What
there?
is Adam doing? Do we know what the...
I have no idea. Who
Yeah.
that is, yeah.
Do you know him, Matty? Who is he?
No, I don't know.
If you're watching, honestly, how do you sleep at night? So, outrageous.
Well, are you a Tigers fan or are you a Rabbitohs fan?
Yeah.
Either way, cringe.
He must have backed the try bet either side by 6 or less, so just cheering the team that was going second. Because we actually took the lead, and he goes, "That's it, I've seen enough." He changed to the Rabbitohs, so very confusing. Didn't love seeing it. Yeah, and a little bit triggering because I thought he looked like Aaron Woods, who also walked out on the club many years ago. So
Very true.
yeah. Anyway,
It's one of those things though where it's like, I didn't like it either. Like I don't think anyone really likes
no
that.
one likes that.
yeah. Remind me of Sammy Phillips, sports bet, changing teams willy nilly.
Changing teams,
5
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, Guru.
Guru, well, he's a Manly fan now. Feed up for the buy.
Much to his pleasure.
Yeah.
Look, the big headline out of that game is obviously, we learned, but we lost both halves, right? Which we've touched on at the top. Tackle 6, we'll dive into a little bit more about how that looks for the immediate future. But tackle 3 in the news this week.
Yes.
So tackle 3, we're just going to look at kind of a couple of headlines that have popped up
Yep.
throughout the week.
How do they keep up with the news like that?
Bronson Cherry linked to the club.
Yeah.
Scott Drinkwater linked to the club.
Yep. Very briefly.
Yeah. What do you think about both those
Yeah.
possibilities?
But, well, Benji,
Benji shut both
he
down.
shut him down. He said, no, not interested. However, I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire to an extent. Bronson Cherry is an interesting one. I mean, I don't know. I'm not obviously privy to what's going on at the Dogs or inside their 4 walls, but I thought he was unlucky to get dropped in the first place. If you're going to drop him, why would you do it after the Vegas game? I thought he looked pretty good in the Vegas game. What did we see in that game that suggests that he needed to be dropped? Apparently, there's a bit of chat that he wasn't thrilled about him and Critter swapped sides, and he goes, "I don't really want to play on this side of the field." And he's been sulking and carrying on a little bit and sooking it up at training, allegedly. So they moved him down to reserve grade. As soon as that happened, there's all this stuff saying that he wants out of the club and all this sort of stuff. But you know, this is a guy that, and Tyson Jackson said it on the Bloke podcast last week, when he was looking for teams to go and play for, the only club that was interested were the Bulldogs. So they've saved his career, giving him a lifeline. And as soon as there's a little bit of adversity or something that doesn't suit him, I don't know, he's kicking up a little bit of a stink. That's a bit of a red flag for me, I would say.
Sure.
Great player, yes. Do we need that sort of energy at the club at the moment, given that it feels like standards and the vibe and the culture is changing for the better? Maybe not. However, Stafford Toe is injured. We are kind of shuffling the back line, or putting wingers in the centres and stuff like that. Would it make us a better team on paper to have someone like that there? I mean, imagine if you've got Bronson Cherry on the right, Taylor May on the left, Taruva and Makasini on the wings. That's a pretty good back line with
You
Buller.
got like Patrick Herbert and
Bronson won't want to
Starter.
play on the right.
Good point.
I will say though, like whenever the Doggies, like it seems like whenever they want to get rid of someone, all these bad things come out about them.
Yeah.
Like Reid Marnie last year, apparently his attitude was bad. Toby Sexton, apparently, all these things. So it's just like,
Lachlan Lewis selling speakers.
Yeah.
Always something, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
At that club.
There really is.
so I don't necessarily believe everything that comes out of the Dogs.
And it's all fallout from the Galvin signing. Still, they're still trying to make that all work, right? And getting Burton out to the centres and, build that back line the way they want it to. Look, if we got him for a good price, again, just strengthen that Mariana Trench depth. But from Benji's quote, he says, I like Bronson. He's a really good kid. He's a really good footy player, but we're not looking at him. I like Drinkwater. He's a really good player, but we have a fullback.
Yeah.
Not looking at him either.
Yeah.
So I know. I mean, like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire. So we can't put a line through the situation, but I couldn't imagine either of them ending up at the club this year.
The drink water one's an interesting one. I think they're a bit. How's his Buller thing going to play out? I mean, the club can opt to extend him. It's going to cost a bit, but got a mutual option there, so we can take him. So if that doesn't go ahead, I don't know, maybe they are looking at another fullback, and someone like Scott Drinkwater, very talented player, copped a bit of a bath when we played him. His defence wasn't great. However, bounced back nicely yesterday against the Titans, had a great game. So his best footy is good, probably suits the style we want to play.
Yep.
I wonder whether we maybe need a bit more of a conservative fullback because there's a bit of strike in that back line. Like, would we look at someone like a Connor Tracy? You know, if the Dogs are trying to, if they get Buller, Connor Tracy gives you 8 out of 10 every week, and he's another guy that you feel like the Bulldogs are trying to offload.
Would you go a straight swap there, or would you be expecting a bit of cash as well? Or like saving a bit of cash. You know, Buller's like 800-900.
Yeah.
Connor Tracy's probably 500-600,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah, something around that kind of mark.
We'll just take both of them. Take Cherry and Tracy.
Yeah. Okay.
For
2 for
Buller.
1 swap. Good if you're listening.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Send in a raw emotion and let us know how you're feeling.
Or just tweet us. Take a selfie on the toilet. Anyway, watch this space, I think, with the drink water one and the fullback situation. Great to keep Jareem, but not filled with confidence. And the more people you kind of speak to, the more it sounds like he might be on the move.
And I mean, to be fair, he hasn't had the greatest season.
Hasn't started super strong.
Hasn't had a great.
He did
couple
take
of
a while to
games.
get going last year as well, though. So hopefully he finds his feet eventually.
For sure. We've also got Jack Attard there waiting in the wings at the back. He probably a bit young at the moment, but maybe a little stopgap in between now and when he's ready for first grade would be a good ploy. But hopefully we can hold on to Buller. That's my hope.
Tristan Hope, yeah.
Tristan Hope. And lastly, in the news, your 15th favourite cricketer of all time. Probably dropping down the ranks after this.
Yeah, well,
Michael Pup Clark making some derogatory West Tigers comments.
Michael Pup Clark went on friend of the show, Dan Gorringe's podcast, and basically besmirched the Tigers. Just said we're hopeless.
Yep.
He doesn't go to games anymore. We're hopeless. We're terrible.
Unbelievable.
Bit of a drive-by, particularly after we just had a famous win at Leichhardt the week prior. So good opportunity to spread a bit of positivity about the prospects of the club.
Keeping in mind he's a former number 1 ticket holder too.
Yeah, I know.
This could have been the Russell Crowe of our club.
Could have been.
But
We might have dodged one there because got on there, gave us a bit of a clip. We weren't happy with it. We spoke about it on the quiet carriage before we were told to move and stop talking, and we spoke about it a little bit more on the non-quiet carriage. Anyway, then there was another clip from the podcast that went up where he broke the news, gave us the scoop that Shane Warne always used to call English batsman Ian Bell the Shermanator from the American Pie movies. Now this, you know, we all follow cricket. This is one of the more well-trodden, paths of like everyone's aware of this. It used to get jammed down our throat. Anytime Warney was commentating about Ian Bell, it would get brought up. Everyone already knows this. So I just thought, you know what, we're not going to stand for you besmirching the club. So Win, Learn or Draw jumped on the clip and just said, "Thanks for the scoop, pup. That's been common knowledge for 20 years. Go Tigers."
Go Tigers. Because on the former video, we said to him, he said, "Oh, you know it's a dire situation when you celebrate finishing 10th." And we put on there, well, hold on, we didn't celebrate finishing 10th. We celebrated finishing in the top 16.
Yeah. Get your facts right.
Get your facts right, pup.
Anyway.
But yeah, no more of that, please, mate. No more of that.
No.
And I know you listen because you're a hardcore fan.
That comment from us has got 5 likes now, including Pig Life 2020. So,
Or the one you want.
Cop that.
Pig Life, the big one.
Yep.
So yeah, no more of that, please, pup. No more of that. Tackle 4.
Yes.
Bit of a song here.
Yeah, we've got a song here. Now, somebody DM'd this to us last week. Unfortunately, when I'm searching through to try and work out who exactly sent it to us, your name has been lost in the cycle of raw emotion voice notes. So I don't know who sent this to us, but I want to thank them for bringing it to our attention. I've got the song here.
Great.
I haven't even listened to it cover to cover yet. The song is called Alex Twal, and it was uploaded on Spotify about a week or so ago.
Oh.
It's got a photo of Alex Twal as the thumbnail, and it looks like he's getting sent to the sin bin, but I can't remember if that's happened. Anyway, regardless, I just thought it'd be good for us to maybe just kick back and listen to the song in its entirety and just drink it in and get our thoughts on it. So without further ado, this is Alex Twal by Leagueies.
Oh, this sounds incredible. I like it so far.
Yeah.
A bit religious.
From concourse trenches where the Tigers roar. Wearing black jersey, I bled that raw. West Tigers soldier, never jump ship. One club man, never chasing that flip. Lebanese bloodline, see the runs deep when I rip for Lebanon. Whole crowd on their feet, Mediterranean grit in the DNA strand. Middle of the ruck, yeah, I'm that man. No flash, no hype, just work rate stats. 40 plus tackles, yeah, I handle that.
This Thomas backbench Brown.
I'm the full juice trust when the defense bends. Super fit engine, never gas out. 80 minutes straight, never tap out. You want effort plays, I supply that role. Name's Alex Twal, yeah, Alex Twal. 12, middle lockdown. 1-6 game, still held that crown. No trial, I didn't need that shine. Did the dirty work every single time. 12, like a machine, orange and black hard in the engine room scene. No misses, no breaks, no fall, no fall. Built for the grind, that's Alex Twal. Stats don't lie, check the defensive sheet. Completion rate high when I'm on my feet. Contact dominant, shoulders collide. Rock speed slow when I'm on that side. 1.6 straight, didn't cross that stripe, but I still have respect in the locker room hype. Cause tries get headlines, work gets rings, and the real ones know what consistency brings. Fitness tests, I'm setting the pace. Beat test king, never out of place. Prestige and pain, I embrace that burn. Iron Man lungs, yeah, I earn my turn. Lebanon jersey with a cedar crest. Play for the culture, give it my best. From Sydney Soar to the world stage, course still one club loyal. Alex 12.
This is so good.
6 games still held that crown. No try
That's-
line, didn't need that shine. Did the dirty work every single time. 12.
Okay,
That's
all
a
right.
late.
Is it new? Do you know?
Well, it only just came across the desk of the.
And you would think it would have come across our desk at some point if it
Well,
wasn't.
if it wasn't you, it would have probably won the hottest 100.
I was just about to say, the point being, we need to push as hard as we possibly can to get that in the hottest.
That
100
is so
this year.
good.
I reckon.
Leagues, rugby league songs. So this guy, does he do more?
Is it AI?
Oh, no,
sure.
here we go. He's got, oh, here we go. He says there's like a bit of a, once you jump on here, leagues, rugby league songs. There's a couple more here. He's got one called Critter,
Nice.
Horsburgh,
Oh, so he's only picked the best of the best.
Bizzer, Backfence Brown. Shout out to Nathan Brown. Locking down the left, Bo Fermel. Broncos Pride. And he's got one called Fold Some C, which I think is a homage to, who was it?
Kane
Evans.
Kane Evans. He's got a photo of Kane Evans there as well. So go and check out Leagueies. The song that's got the most listens so far is Critter. We won't be giving that any airtime today.
Nope. Protected species.
But yeah, protected species.
Are you sure it's not leaguey?
It's definitely sure it's not the Leagueies.
Sounds like leaguey.
Very different.
Sounds like the league.
Vocal. Unless his voice is broken and he's significantly changed his vibe. Yeah, so go check it out. But that's an absolute banger, Alex Twal.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
That was good.
Way
It goes for
better.
about 3 minutes. We won't play the whole thing today, but that first half, much like Alex Twal's first half on the weekend, exemplary.
He played 40 minutes that entire first half. Alex.
He almost played 80, didn't he?
Yeah, he looks fit as a fiddle.
He does.
67, 69 Supercoach points, somewhere around there.
As was covered off in the song.
on base stats. Yeah.
Defensive sheet stats and setting the pace in the fitness testing.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that's coming out this year, big marketing push from Win, Learn or Draw to get that
100%.
Triple J Hottest 100.
100%.
And it wouldn't feel out of place in the Hottest 100. I
No
can tell you
way.
that. Quality's high.
Based on what they're serving up top of the countdown these days.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Old man yells at cloud areas there from you.
Whatever it is the kids are listening to these days.
Cool. Tackle 5, bit of a Reggie's rap.
Oh, yes.
Always gets its place in the 6 again.
Yep. Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Let's go. Tackle 5. Last. We got the ball. I'll race through this. We learned against South in New South Wales Cup. Well done, Matty.
This was at the
This
same
is a
ground. wasn't
Polytec
it?
Tech
All
as well,
Polytech.
yeah. 20-12. Tries to Will Craig, a.k.a. Lockie Mack,
Yep.
a.k.a. missed from in front in the trials.
Yep.
And a perler of a try to Jack Attard. Little chip down the right for Tino Tavana to catch, and then he chipped back inside. Double chip. Back
good.
inside to Attard, who scored under the post. Unfortunately, the game was well and truly over by then. But saw that in nothing but West Tigers Twitter feed, which was great to see.
Awesome.
They're currently 10th out of 14 with 2 lessons in a row off the bye in the first week.
What's the top thing there? Top 5?
So
top
5,
6?
I think.
Oh,
Top
5.
5. Yeah,
Yeah,
top
nice.
5.
Coming up just after this, by the way. Stick around.
Good
Hook and
plug.
tease.
Good plug. A draw in Flegg, 22 all against
Win, learn or
South.
draw. Welcome to Win, Learn or Draw. We cover it all here.
We, unbelievably, we've got a draw, 22 all, and they are currently in 4th, the West Tigers in Flegg.
How good? Should have been higher.
SG Ball, lessons for both Balmain and the Magpies.
One club, baby.
And Harold Matts, a lesson for West, but a win for Balmain in Harold Matts. So, take them where you can.
Yep.
So that's Reggie's wrap.
Pop that hole in
Obviously,
Barnes.
we'll get a bit more involved as we get the pointy end of the season. But
Yep.
as it stands, looking the best in Jersey Flegg at the moment.
Nice.
Yes, happy to
Future's
see.
bright.
Now, tackle 6, 2 halves make a whole,
I've always said that.
and we are in one right now. Yeah?
Yep. Nice.
So, obviously, the big headlines, Dewey looked like a very high hamstring strain or tear. It didn't look good. The club is saying it might just be tightness. So,
Yeah, she's very tight. Gold member.
yeah, gold member. No, 2003.
That's your keeper.
2003 reference, Austin Powers gold member. No, I do have a scoop, though, from friend of the show, Don Perello, who lives down in Piermont, big fish market guy. Was down at the fish markets. Adam Dewey was there yesterday.
Really?
Yep, in civilian clothes. Tall, handsome, strong, walking without a limp. Walking without a limp and walking without any strapping.
Okay.
So, I would say that does say hamstring tightness rather than a tear. Because if you tear or strain your hamstring, you are limping.
Yeah.
Big
Limp
time.
biscuit.
He was just rolling
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the
Wasn't
through the
rolling
Sydney
much
fish
on the
market.
week. You could only bloody get off the field.
Yeah, I know, I know. So that's
Yeah.
that's alarming. But the Sunday scoop at the Sydney Fish Market, wonder what he bought.
Yeah, I wonder what
Cod,
he would
Murray cod.
Yeah, cod.
Yeah, it had to be cod.
So
Good
good on him though. Good on him. Good to see that he's getting out and about, walking. That's a positive sign. Hopefully, we'll chat to Tyson Jackson a bit later on the Bloke podcast. Hopefully, he'll have an update as well. But we'll definitely update him on the fact that he's seen at the fish market, not limping, looking the good. You dare say it'd be a couple of weeks out anyway though. We're away in New Zealand this week. You
Mate,
wouldn't.
hamstrings you don't muck around with.
And you don't like soft tissue ones. You don't want people like flying around and all that sort of stuff.
And it was
so-
high up the leg too, which is never
yeah.
good.
Benji said it was a load thing because this preseason he trained preparing to run the team at 7 all year. Last couple of years it's been different, probably program for him as a centre and whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe just a little bit of getting used to that, but just hate to see it. He's had a lot of injuries over the journey, so hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully he gets it right and gets back out there.
So just a bit of wear and tear basically there. Luai, a bit of a knee knock.
Yep.
They've ruled out ACL basically.
That's good.
They're thinking MCL, so minimum kind of 4 weeks. Fair stint
Yeah.
on the sideline for our co-captain. So my question to you, and Maddie, please chime in if you'd like to, is who's your halves pairing? So just to give you a list of potentials, Jock Madden, signed for this exact reason basically.
Yep.
Heath Mason, Javon Andrews, Latu Fainu, and Api Coruscant.
Yeah. I would be going with Jock Madden.
Yep.
I think
6, 7.
7.
Yep.
He's the guy to run the team, get him around.
Mm-hmm.
Did a little bit of that in the preseason. And he's got experience too. What is he, mid-20s now? He's played probably 30, 40 games of first grade. I think that's the reason he was brought here, for exactly something like this.
Well, just quickly on Jock Madden, remember when Ezra Mam and Reynolds went down
Yeah,
for the Broncos last year and he stepped in and
did a good job.
did a really good job.
Kicking game, all that sort of stuff. I'd be happy to give him the number 7.
Madden 26.
Yes. Jock strap in, baby.
Strap
Let's
in.
go. Then the 6. Look, I'd love to say Latu. Do you want to rush him back straight in, play a full 80 minutes in first grade after having just come off an injury?
What, in Auckland against the New Zealand Warriors, top of the table?
I mean,
Probably
regardless of who it's against, it's just more he's been injured. You're rushing him back. He's got no. Is he just going to get injured again? So with that in mind, yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe where's Jared Hayward at? Can he play a bit of hooker and Appy? You know, plays a bit of in the halves as well. But
I don't know if they'd blood him this early either.
Yeah.
I think they'd put Hope
yep,
in at 9.
Yep.
Maybe Hayward on the bench.
yeah,
A lot of the comments on West.Tigers shared like the potentials, and a lot of the comments are asking for Javon Andrews.
he looked sensational in the
Yeah.
trials. And you know what? If they gave it to him, I wouldn't be mad. He every time he came on, they actually looked very dangerous, particularly down the left side. So, he's probably earned his spot through the preseason, I'd say. So if we rolled out with Jock Madden and Javon Andrews, I could wear that on the weekend.
No concern about going over to Go Media International Business School against the tough Warriors team and throwing him in the cauldron kind of thing, or do you think you're just gonna play?
Enormous concern, but we've got to throw someone in there, haven't we? And I mean, he looked good in the trials. What more can you really ask for? And it's not an ideal situation. You're going to have to go with 2 new halves. It's not ideal, but like if you're going to have someone injured, ideally just one, and then you could just whack Jock Madden in, change from there. But this is the hand we've been dealt, so got to deal with it. So get him in there, I reckon.
At least win, learn or draw students have half price as a result of this. So a bit of a conundrum on the field, but off the field.
Every cloud, eh? As we play in the land of the long white cloud.
Now, before we go to a commercial break, Matty, any thoughts from you on the 6-7 for the Tigers this week?
I reckon they might throw Appy in the halves.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think
they go Madden and Appy.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of experience.
So what? Appy at 7?
Appy at 7, Madden at 6, Hope at 9, Haywood at 14.
Haywood I like. Big fan.
Hey, would you come play first grade for us?
Hey, yeah, exactly. And he was great in rising as well, the Tigers docker.
A lot of
really
maturity
impressive.
there. Speaking of great and rising, cost of living means that we need ad breaks.
Yep, great. Seamless segue.
So away we go to the first ad break of the show. Take it away. All right, thank you very much. Rue was very impressed last week with how that rolls out.
actually messaged me separately after and said, they come up so well on YouTube, those ad breaks. So funny. So that's good. Great to have Rue last week, by the way. We probably haven't given him quite.
True.
We're probably going to hear from him a little bit later in Raw Emotion. But thanks to Rue for last week. Got some great feedback on it. He's great at what he does.
Most downloaded episode ever for the Win.
Most downloaded episode ever.
Yep.
There you go.
Biggest podcast episode we've ever had.
Huge. So there you go. You get the
I
stars
was in Bali.
What
does that tell you?
You get the stars in, and that's what happens. Guru, great to have him on board, and he was happy to come back through the season as well when the squad depth might get tested, which is good news.
Love to hear
Yeah.
it. Love to
Can
hear
I
it.
guess what the most downloaded was before?
You can.
Everything is finer.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what? It's not. I think it's 3rd or 4th. Number 2 is Terrell May human?
Great episode.
Number 9, I think.
It's usually after us getting absolutely hammered or someone leaving the club or after a win.
Yeah, Galvin's the dog was up there as well.
Clever title, that one. I'm still happy with that. All right, so top 05 this week. Obviously, we went to Gosford on the weekend, boys, as you'll be well aware of.
Yep. Gos Vegas.
Gos Vegas, Viva Gos Vegas. Fantastic to get up there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thought the stadium was awesome, all that sort of thing. Had a fun day with the boys. But it wasn't perfect.
Yep.
And I think there are some ways that the Gosford footy viewing experience could be improved.
Yep.
So these are my top 05 ways to improve the Gosford footy viewing experience.
Can't wait for this.
Number 1, abolish the quiet carriage to and from. Newsflash, we're attending a game of football in Gosford. We're not flying business class. All right? We copped a clip for chatting and laughing and, particularly pre-game when the Tristan Hope was through the roof.
Yeah.
And we had a male Karen stand up and go, sorry to be that guy, but this is a quiet carriage. If you want to talk, go to a different carriage up the front. And you quite rightly said it took every ounce of your self-control not to turn around and tell him to go and get stuffed. But we didn't. We went up the front. But, I mean, honestly, we're going to watch the footy in Gosford, particularly when it's a game of rugby league where it's a bit more boisterous. I mean, grow up.
Grow up.
So that's my first way.
Good number 1.
That's my first way to improve the Gosford viewing experience.
Agreed.
Number 2 way to improve the Gosford footy viewing experience. Friends of the show, Langy and Hutchie, to make contact with us regarding free tickets 45 minutes earlier than they did. This would have avoided us forking out our hard-earned for tickets. Bit harsh to blame Gosford for that one entirely, and the people of Gosford. But it was part of my Gosford viewing experience. So that's why I've lobbed it in at number 2. That said, it did feel good to dip into our pockets and give away some tickets to some students of the game. We mentioned Kat and who are our other?
Joseph Bashara.
And Joseph as well. deserved recipients of the ticket, so I was glad to put some smiles on some faces. But in a perfect world, it would have been great to get that message from Langy and Hutchie 45 minutes earlier than we did. But we're still very grateful for it.
We are very grateful. Thank you to Langy and Hutchie. Mainly Hutchie.
Yes, but that was fantastic. My third way to improve the Gosford viewing experience. Now, this one's particularly close to my heart because I just can't walk past one of these at a suburban ground, particularly when the West Side is involved.
Yeah, true.
Another staff member on the Mr. Whippy van out the front. 10 minutes in a line, 4 groups deep, is far too long for a man who is essentially foaming at the mouth for a choc top with sprinkles and a flake.
We lost Hammy for a good
portion. We'd to leave
you
him.
guys had to just leave me and see me in there. And I don't blame you. Didn't time that one particularly well. And then as I was trying to find my seat, I did have a few people kind of stop to catch up and maybe have a photo.
Sure. Yep.
And that's fine. But I looked a bit like that photo of Homer Simpson eating a cake where I just had Mr. Whippy all over my beard and stuff. And there's someone sent me one and I look a bit like this, trying to like cover my shame a little bit. So,
well, do you know it's funny? When we were waiting for you, Matty said, "Where's Hammy? He's addicted to ice cream." And I said, "He's not some food crazed maniac." And then all of a sudden, there you are, going past with a big soft serve in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't apologise for ordering the soft serve, but I would like in future, people of Gosford, you need 2 people pumping out the Mr. Whippies there, especially if you've got a crowd like that amalgamating out the front of the leagues club. So that's number 3.
Nice one.
Number 4 of my top 05, and you did touch on this one briefly before. We need footy on the main screen in the sports bar at the Gosford Leagues Club. Now, Sky Racing had prime position there all day. And as a group, we complained for a game and a half that this is disgraceful and that footy should be on the main screen in the middle. Until eventually you just went up and asked. And the girl behind the bar went, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So kind of on us, I guess, that one. But it should be a default. It should be a default.
I mean, look at the crowd, right?
Yeah.
98.8% were in rugby league shirts.
Yep.
I didn't see anyone in racing silks.
Nope.
So, I mean, look, I love a punt. I love watching the horse races. I had a little flutter at Rose Hill and Caulfield on the weekend, which was great. But I could have appreciated it being on a smaller TV with the sound off.
Yeah. Hook that commentary to my veins for the footy and put it on the main screen.
Especially with the commentary as good as it is these
Because I was
days.
having a little flutter on that, if you must know.
You were.
And
you got very close too. Very
it did
close.
come quite close. I actually picked up a nice little Lecker Halacema into the hammer, but
Yeah.
that's for another time.
Hammy had Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford into Lecker and
Yes.
just needed a Gagai try to win several $100s.
Off $10, which would have been outstanding. But
$10, and that's responsible gambling.
very
I like
responsible, which I am very passionate about. Anyway, so just the footy being on the main screen is my tackle for. And just on that same point, just the volume 5 to 10 decibels lower.
that. My ears are still ringing.
Yeah, what?
Sky Racing in my dreams last night.
Yeah, I felt like Grandpa Simpson going to the movies, and then the sound thing comes on, and my teeth nearly exploded. It was that loud. I don't want to over dramatize it, but that's what it felt like at times. Anyway, that was my 4th one. So coming in at 05 in my top 05 ways to improve the Gosford viewing experience.
This will be big.
All right, it is signage or at least some sort of heads up that the train isn't going to stop at the back of the platform on the way home. Maddie and myself stood there in the middle of a crowd of people. We whizzed up to the end. We'll get a bit of clear air here and we'll just, because it was pretty congested, as you'd imagine, where people are tapping their FPOS cards or their Opals or whatever it is the kids are doing these days. So we got up the end and the train didn't look like it was slowing down. And Maddie goes, I think we might be in a bit of trouble here. Just kept going. It whizzed past us. We had to essentially then run down the platform and then form a bit of like a rugby union style scrum/maul and push ourselves on to the train. And it was very sweaty and gross and there's a lot happening. Took us about 4 stops. So every time it stopped, we were like, you might have seen the photo that I posted on my Instagram story, and Kempy subsequently cyberbullied me and the Tigers with later by reposting it and adding tears to my face. Probably didn't need Adam, to be honest. I was pretty emotional. Anyway, Maddie and myself, every time it stopped, we'd like get out, sprint down another carriage, worked our way down, dodged through a couple of quiet carriages as well, kept our voice to ourselves. Anyway, eventually we got a seat, but it was a tough way to end the evening. They should have just gone, hey guys, just letting everyone know. I know there's a lot of you on the platform. It's not going to stop at the back. So let's just bring it down to the front, spread it out a little bit.
No communication.
No comms. Just a little way to improve it. But all in all, I think we can all agree, a great day, great excursion. Love the Leagues Club. Love watching the 3 games of footy up there ahead of time. It's a great stadium. It was pumping.
Yep.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Just a few little 1%ers there in my top 05 just to improve it for next time. And, you know, every chance, this is one of our home grounds going forward. We love taking them on the road. This could be the 14th wonder of the world. So if that's going to be the case, just a couple of little things to improve there.
I mean, a lot of that is directed at Transport New South Wales.
It is.
So perhaps next time we circumnavigate those issues and get a say barge up. Because the stadium is on the water.
It is.
So
a houseboat.
A houseboat. Let's do that next time.
Chugga.
Let's do that. A chugga say barge houseboat.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Yes. Couldn't agree more. Obviously, I wasn't part of the 05th option you ran through there. Jack and I stayed behind and had a little settler at the Bay Road Brewing. It turned out to be a masterstroke because on our carriage was no one.
Yep.
I was saying to Maddie that was the Peter Mamazoulis fan club carriage, which was completely empty. And you're on the Macassini fan club
We
carriage,
were.
which was chock-a-block.
Good luck getting a seat on that. And so
Now,
it proved.
I'm sure there were a few emotional people on that carriage.
Yeah, there was.
We ran into a few out the back. Obviously, you and I are quite emotional enough to put up a video, which you did suggest maybe we do on the train. I don't think you envisioned a sardine style
No.
race against
You
time.
had a Golden Arch burger on your mind.
I did.
So-
I ended up getting a kebab in Sydney, so didn't quite pan out the way I thought it was going to. Now, there are tons of raw emotions.
There's so
here.
many.
There are so many.
As usual, we probably can't get through all of them. I'll get through a couple. We've got some of the bankers here, some of the blue chippers who have thrown in as always.
Nice.
But I'm going to give Weeksy the new ball this week.
Very good.
Weeksy this week.
Weeksy this week.
He made some good points and some salient points as well. So over to you, Weeksy.
Sad raw emotion here, gents. R-O-A-R. No one knows why. We are going to be diving into the Mariana Trench if both our halves are done. But better to do it now. Better do it this at the start of the season
Correct.
than at the end. That was a tough one. I didn't know about that rule that you're not allowed to tackle Jai Gray. That was a difficult one to get over. But sad face. Good work for the boys. That's tough. We could have won that. Lost it in the first 10. But as we know, years gone by, we lose that 400-0. So, good stuff. Go the Tigers, and let's hope injuries aren't too serious.
Yeah.
Well said, Weeksy.
On your Weeksy.
Well surmised.
Yeah, very well surmised.
Yep.
So we're improving. 400-0. We've avoided one of those, and it did feel like that for a moment early, didn't it?
It did. And I think that is probably where we're improving is resilience.
Yep.
We showed it last year. This year we'll do it again. A lot of the comments saying like, you know, we're a club. I know Depressed Tigers fan had a bit of a crack saying, you know, standards should be higher. You know, we can't sit down and go, oh, well, at least we didn't lose by heaps. We should be winning games like that. And I understand that. But, you know, first 10 minutes could have gotten ugly, but we hung in there. So, yep, well said, Weeksy.
Yeah, let's go. I'm going to hand it over to Brodie Condon now. He was a little bit flustered, like we all were, probably after the game. But over to you, Brodie.
Oh, fuck me dead, boys. I'm down sad after that one. That's fucking... I never know where to start. I've just been rock hard all week. After a famous fucking Leichhardt thumping.
Yep.
And now I'm just as flustered as a fucking wet noodle. Shout out Walker. Not an ad, but an ad. Fucking, ugh. I feel sick to my stomach, boys. Why always us? Why do rugby league gods hate the West Tigers? We finally have something fucking brewing for once, and they just strike us down like that. Ugh. Anyway, West Tigers 13 plus. That's a sad one, but
Oh, thank you, Brodie. Good point. And a nice shout out to Walker Noodles there as well.
Oh, they'd be very appreciative.
Where are we at? We were getting a bit closer there.
This is them. calling Maddie. We're ready to go. I reached out to them again.
Yeah.
Hey, remember us?
Yeah.
Things are going well.
Yeah.
Tougher email to send this week, but it's any press is good press, as they say.
They do say that.
And Brody Condon gave him a bit of a shout out there, so
Yeah.
I'm sure their PR team will be tracking that.
Do we need to draw you a diagram?
No.
All right. Over to Jaden Taylor now. He was on the road,
Yep.
getting some of his thoughts out here, and just he's touching on the depths we're going to need to reach into. We've spoken about the depth of the club. He has some thoughts on that as well.
Versus, how are we? Yeah, wow. Look, plenty of opportunities we had there to seal that game, deal that game, but hey, we lose up. Do we? Jerome! Why is everyone getting injured? Thank God we have a Mariana Trench to help us out.
Yep.
Oh, God!
Well, it's a good point, well made, isn't it?
I mean, it's raw.
Yeah,
Tells you everything you need to know as a Tigers fan.
it certainly does.
That's, Jaden Taylor, very, very, very good friend of the show. Yeah, I know that's how most of us are feeling, and it's good to get it out, let it out. We always talk about this show being therapy,
Yes.
and that screaming is a way to deal with trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So well done, Jaden, for addressing your trauma there.
That's what we're here for. We're your shoulder to scream on. So any time. All right. Friend of the show, Guru, helped us out last week. We gave him a wrap. He's given us a voice note. Surely that'll be positive and supportive and all that sort of stuff. So over to Guru.
Boys, I've got to ask you, have we potentially overreacted to the Tigers putting what might be the worst team in the competition to the slaughter at Leichhardt Oval? This is my big concern in hindsight. Tough loss tonight, a raw loss for all involved. I'm a little bit worried. Halves going down, not ideal. I hope for your sake, boys, I hope for rugby league's sake that once again the Tigers haven't promised the world and delivered an atlas. I'm getting a little bit nervous. Talk to me, boys. Fill me with some faith, please.
Yeah. How do we feel about that message?
It's interesting the amount of drive-bys we're getting from Rue and Kempy lately. But, it does pose a fair question. Raw, relentless positivity, which we had pre-season, was very, very high.
Yep.
It's a lot harder to approach this situation with that raw, relentless positivity, but we still will.
Yeah.
This is why we have, and Rue, I don't know if you've heard of it, the Mariana Trench.
Yep.
But the depth is going to be on show here.
100%. My thoughts on it. How about you worry about your own backyard, mate? Manly supporter. 2 games at home at Brookie, lost them both. 2 learns for you there. Yeah, you had a bye this weekend. That's probably where the season will peak for you blokes. I would have thought you're back at home this week against your old halfback who's going to put you to slaughter. I'd probably worry about your own backyard before you start throwing rocks at the...
They're back at home again.
Yeah.
Jeez, they've rolled out the maroon carpet there, haven't they?
The maroon white carpet, they just roll it
3
out.
Brookie games and a bye in the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they might have 0 wins.
Yep. Still on 0. So...
Wow. And I know you're a hardcore Manly Sea Eagles fan.
Big
Roo.
time. Big time. He'll be down there.
So that's...
On the good day hill. But look, yeah, I don't think we've overreacted at all to the Tigers' clinical performance in round 1. Yeah, a bit of a tough learn on the weekend, but that's okay. Hey, nothing to worry about. We just head over to Mount Smart this weekend.
Correct.
Deal with the Warriors.
Simple stuff.
Back to our work.
Is
Easter
it-
Monday against the Eels. Easy.
I mean, look, the relentless positivity is sat in pre-season as well
Yep.
with a fit 17, 19-man squad.
Yep.
Now, look, the rugby league gods have handed us, a bit to deal with here.
Yep.
But we just spoke about adversity. We spoke about resilience. We watched Rising. We know that we're a better club than we have been before, and we're going to deal with it.
Yep.
That's the way I would summarise our response.
100%.
And also worry about your own backyard.
Worry about your own backyard. Well said. All right. I'm going to get through a couple more here. We've got some immortals to bring us home.
Great.
Backfence Brown didn't make the trip up to Gosford, I don't think, but he reveals exactly where he was.
Okay.
Um,
He must have a good reason.
9:49 Saturday night, this one.
It's Uncle Drusy here with Arlo Davis May. Arlo Davis May, say hi. Good man. Look, I'll tell you what, the Tigers might not have won tonight, but tell you who won? We won $1 wings at the Royal. Karaoke going on. Let's go. Get Backfence Brown up on the mic. 2040 West Tigers till I die. Let's bloody go. Up the Tillies.
Oh, boy. Tough night for Backfence Brown with the Tillies going down as well.
Yeah.
What do you reckon he would have sung?
Don't Look Back in Anger, maybe, by Oasis.
Was Kai Pierce Paul drill rap?
Definitely. Vossi Bop.
Sing along if you know the words.
Tell you what, he's a good singer too. So I reckon karaoke would be his jam.
Yep.
My thoughts is maybe he didn't make the train up because I reckon he arrived at platform 5 at Central. There were only seats on the quiet carriage and he went, this doesn't suit me.
Yep.
This does not suit me because I don't know if Backfence Brown could do an hour and a half on a quiet carriage.
No, there would have been a significant police presence at one of the following stations if he got on the quiet carriage. Great to hear from him, though. Hopefully, despite a couple of learns, he belted out a few bangers. Last one I'm going to get to, friend of the show, the first immortal, and we haven't even touched on this yet.
Oh, we didn't.
We got to sink a few scooey moi mois with the great Reece Smith.
We did.
With Sky One on the blaring. But it was great to catch up.
In fact, he kind of gave me the confidence to walk up and change the channel to Fox League because
he's just got that.
When he's in your presence, it's not like he asked, but I could feel that that's what he wanted.
Yep.
And you do whatever you can do to please the first immortal.
Absolutely. And I haven't even listened to this one yet, so we will be listening to this one. ROAR.
So no QC on this one?
No, this one hasn't been.
This could be anything.
Could be anything. Get that dump button ready, Matty, just in case. All right, over to Reece Smith for the last raw emotion this week.
Morning, boys. Captain's log, ROAR emotion. Sorry it's late. Saturday night, probably would have been speaking Venezuelan at that point in time. And yesterday, 3 letters come out my mouth, and they were KFC, and that was about it. Tune in, sponsor the show, please. Look, am I worried? No. What I do want to say, though, I would love to start a petition, talk to PVL himself about kicking South Sydney out of the comp, please. They're getting their injury dust all over my fucking Tigers. Kick them out of the comp. Little injury dust. That's my 6-7. Never fear, it's all good. We're going to take a little school excursion on a tugboat to the Mariana Trench. And we're going to dive deep down the trench. We're going to pull out a jockstrap. And we're going to pull out me third brother, La'u Fa'inu. Tigers 13 plus, Warriors and Warriors. Come on!
Warriors at Warriors, giddy up. Where, honestly, rising was one thing. Benji getting me fired up. But where is the nearest brick wall?
Do you know what? It's a great way to end the show because that he just really gets the blood in my veins. Hey?
Yeah. He gets the blood everywhere.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
It was so good to meet him as well.
It was unreal.
Put a face to the name. Pretty face too.
Very pretty face. Not just a pretty face though, as we've heard on
Not
the show
just a pretty face.
many times.
Can paint. Probably uses Ham's paint. Oh my God. Is that the synergy?
Yes. Reece Smith painting and Hames paint together on the one podcast.
Wow.
Honestly. Do we need to draw you a diagram? Hames, get on board.
Shout out to Reece's mate Mikey as well, who made the trip down. He's
Yes.
a Parramatta fan wearing a South Sydney hat.
Yep.
Saying zap zap a lot.
Yep. He also tried to video call me on Instagram a few times on the way home when we're on the train home.
Okay.
So I could tell the boys had their eye in.
Probably went
Speaking
to
of
Club
Venezuela.
Troppo afterwards, which is apparently the hot spot in Gosford.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Would have been good to stick around and join them. However, I think we made the right call, Matty, on getting that early one back.
Very good call.
But that's raw emotion this week. We did have we had so many great contributors. Couldn't get to all of them today. Stubbo, you've been consistent so far this season, mate. You're up next week. Pressure's on. Give us some of your best for the Warriors game. We'll make sure we get to you. Good to hear from Troy as well.
Yeah, the groin strain. Go check out his podcast. He's got his own podcast now, Troy Maguire.
If you want unadulterated Troy Maguire, you can hook it to your veins for 45 minutes to an hour a week.
It's called the groin strain, so you know what the content's going to be.
It's good stuff. But thank you.
Some all-stars here too. Pooper, Jared Higgins, depressed Tigers fan, Deck Lambert.
Yep.
Will Nicholson, the Tiger Kids, the list goes on.
Yeah.
This is a good crop. Maybe for our Patreon subscribers, we send out the extra raw emotions.
The 05 Club. That might be a good way to do it.
The
Should kick
05
that off.
Club.
The 05 Club. Give us $5 a week on Patreon and
$5 a week on Patreon.
Or 05 a month.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Yeah.
Cost of living.
Exactly.
Rising.
2/3 of a cup of coffee a month. We should set that up.
Let's do it.
And I tell you, and that's where, because we get so many good ones, the ones that we don't get to, we can publish them on there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Win, Learn or Draw bank account after Maddie, paying the videographer, back fences tattoo.
Yep.
It's pretty depleted at the moment. So hopefully the half sale helps that, and the 05 Club helps that.
Of course.
And we start doing some cool stuff again.
Right.
But for the meantime, the best way to create revenue, Hammy?
Ad break.
Ad breaks. Let's go, baby. Okay, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to try and figure out how to put ads in there on YouTube as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. All right. This week, Friday, 6 p.m.
Yep. Australian Eastern Daylight
Turning
time.
into a pretty good slot of footy, might I add. Good to see the Roosters get absolutely ramped by the Penrith Panthers at home.
Yeah, that was good. Hopefully we can keep that home team getting pumped happening in the 6 p.m. slot this week.
I tell you what, Wars aren't looking that good.
No, they're not looking good. And they also did pump the Raiders when they were playing at home 2 weeks ago in that same slot. So that's
Morty to 6. But just remember, you can't win them all.
No, you can't. They're probably due for a loss, aren't they?
They are. What have they won? 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Comfortably?
Mm-hmm. Mitch Barnett's back. Yep. Still no Luke Metcalf. Tanner Boyd playing like Tanner Johns. Yep.
Tanner Johns to deal with. We have a 13.5 start in that game. But they haven't named our halves yet. So
they also pumped the Roosters at home in round 1 in that slot.
Pump the Roosters at Allianz.
No,
at Go Media International Business School.
Yeah.
In that slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they own that slot, don't they? So
they've really rolled out the blue, green, red, and white carpet for him, haven't they? Yeah,
and black and silver, as we were saying.
Yeah.
Matty was saying like they were black and silver for so long, then all of a sudden they just weren't.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, that's cool. Because in the 90s they were these colours, and obviously a bit of throwback. So all that to say, what's your prediction?
Tigers 13 plus.
Tigers 13 plus. Tigers to cover the start and double it.
Yeah. They got that line the wrong way around. Tigers will smash him.
Matty?
Tigers 13 plus.
Tigers 13 plus.
Good man.
He's starting to get it.
You?
Tigers 1 to 12.
Okay.
Actually, you know
we'll
what?
agree to disagree.
You know what? Tigers 13 plus.
Yeah, get on board.
Get on board.
Yep.
Gamble responsibly, of course, but I'm sure that's in the double digits. So
yep. Looking forward to a famous win on Friday. Got any scope to watch? Should we watch this somewhere?
I think we should.
Is that achievable?
I just had a check on my Google Calendar this morning and
it looked
I'm
okay.
free.
It's good because the early one too, so we can still we could make it a bit of a win, learn or draw ladies' day maybe. Tyson Jackson, friend of the show, is keen to watch as well.
Oh, we're building a nice little.
We are
a little.
Good to have a bit of credibility, a bit of news breaking in among. It'd be good to get him on one day.
Tell him I got that Adam Dewey scoop from Don Perello at the fish markets.
Will do.
It's a big one.
Yep.
I don't know if Code Sports cover that, but you might already know. But
they should.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll wear his big gold chain to the pub to watch it on.
Let's
Friday.
hope so. Let's hope so.
We should all wear him in solidarity.
Could be a good omen.
Great omen. Well, undefeated when he's wearing the big gold chain live. So I have to get him over there. Anyway, looking forward to it. It'll be a great game. We're going to have to dig deep into that trench, but
lucky it's on the way to New Zealand. We could take a little bit of a detour across up the Philippines.
A fairly significant detour and, grab a couple of halves out of there.
Can't wait. All right, well, that's us for this week. Thank you, Matty, as always, for joining us and doing all the hard work. Thank you, Hammy. Another great call.
My genuine pleasure. Thank you, Mort.
If you could just sort yourself out on the back of Adam Dewey's leg by Friday, 6 p.m,
yep,
I think we'd be a happy fan base.
Sort his Ryan Goodman out.
Because if he plays,
nice.
we're back on. Top 16. Here we come.